All right, Nate.
Yes, sir.
This is I guess, a choice between two different worlds, two different characters. I want you to think back to early 2000s,
Okay.
Freddy versus Jason.
Okay.
Now, given you your personality, who you are right now, 217,
Uh-huh.
would you have a better chance in Crystal Lake or in your dreams to survive?
I'd have a much better chance at camp. Yeah. I think I have never been good at controlling my dreams. Like other people are like, oh, I can do whatever the fuck I want. No. You're lying to me. I can't do that. I can make myself wake up, but it's hard. Like I feel like I'm physically aware of my body and I can feel myself trying to like almost break out of a spell. It's so hard. But yeah, I would be dead if somebody was killing me in my mind.
Okay, so here's a little side bonus question.
Okay.
You've chosen camp or Crystal Lake. Do you feel that you have a better chance of survival on your own, by yourself, wandering that whole woods, or would you rather be a part of a team?
No, I think I'd rather be part of a team.
Okay.
I definitely do.
Strength in numbers, they're not going to slow you down?
No, I just think, more eyes are better than just my own. It's sort of, safety in numbers, strength in numbers, but, that fucker, he just pops out of nowhere. So
I think that I would be better in dreams, only because if it was part 3, Dream Warrior, I have an imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I would, I mean, they didn't really prove too much that any of their powers worked against him, but at the same time, I think from a survival run away point of view, I think that I have enough imagination to get through it.
Okay.
That would be my choice. Me in the woods and chasing him, and like, I don't think that would work for me. So, yeah.
I think just the physical aspect of having options. Because if I'm asleep, oh man, it's hard. I mean, especially in that reality, it's even harder to wake up. It's like, you have to hurt yourself to wake up. So I don't want to do that.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was 11 days is the record for staying up.
Yeah.
And surviving, and then trying to figure out what to do. And then, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good question.
Thank you.
Try not to die. Welcome back, kids. We have arrived.
Yeah. It is the last episode of December.
Of the year.
Of the year, yes. And what is this, month 6? 7?
Yeah, it's like 7.
Something around that. Okay. Well, this 2017 has been a very good year in horror.
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to bore you guys with facts and stats and stuff, but let me tell you, horror is back, and it's in, and it's wanted, and studios are figuring out different ways to implement horror in other genres, aka New Mutants. I'm so excited for that.
Oh, right, yeah.
And we're not going to see the end of it. And we get our usual horror movies every year, throughout the year. But this year, it's been making some money. And some of my favorite movies this year come from the horror genre. Mm-hmm. And it's usually dominated by cartoony, geeky action movies. And like I'm just so happy that this genre is ahead. It's coming back and it's doing well. So we want to just sort of talk about the best in horror of 2017 and have fun with our conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, since this is our New Year's Eve special, aren't you lucky? You get 2 specials before the end of the year. Yes. If you
Yeah.
haven't listened to the Christmas special, go do it. But you're getting another one right now. So before we get into all of the current, wonderful, amazing things that have happened this year in horror, because everything else sucks, I watched a movie from 1980 called New Year's Evil. And this was part of the list that you had sent me, so I was trying to check out different things. And it says in the article, you know who the killer is. I mean, visually, you see this person. You see their face, and you see them killing people. So I watched it all the way through because I wanted to get that payoff. I wanted to know what they were going to do. But I kind of... I predicted from the beginning who it was. Even though it wasn't somebody that you knew. But you knew that the main character had a relationship to someone who was not there. And I just thought that's the only thing that makes sense. So I guessed it. It was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't really suspenseful because you know he's going to kill people. So the premise is he calls into this music show.
The killer.
The killer.
Okay.
And the host is this like very popular rock goddess, I don't know. And she's hosting the show, so people will call in to hear their favorite music and vote on the best music of the year. And each hour, they would, celebrate the new year for each time zone.
How many time zones do we have?
We have 4.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eastern, Central, Mountain.
So he only went by, United States. Okay.
Yes, but he killed someone at the beginning off top, and it wasn't on the time zone. He just killed someone.
Yeah.
Not suspenseful at all. And it was the only black person in the movie. Yeah, she had to go. For no reason. So each, right, shortly before, he'd be like, he would call in with a voice disguiser, and he'd say, I'm going to kill someone. And I thought he said, I'm going to kill someone you know. But I think he must have said someone you don't know. And I was like, well, okay. And he did just that. At the stroke of midnight, he would record it on his little boombox that he was carrying with him. And he would kill someone. And it was typically like blonde women. I don't know.
Crazy. So this was 1980.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you watched an older title.
And let me tell you, the worst thing about this movie, because it's the music show, so throughout the movie you go back to the music show and there's people in the studio dancing. So whoever did the sound, I'm so mad at them.
Not good.
You've been on set before?
Ish,
Yeah. Well, whenever they film, for you, those of you who don't know, whenever you film a dance scene, there's typically no music.
Yes,
They'll
I
put
do
on
know
like
about that.
a counter, maybe so you have a beat. So you can tell, like, they didn't have the music, which is fine, but they didn't cut out the other audio. So you just hear feet just shuffling and shucking and jiving all over that damn floor. And it sounds fucking ridiculous.
Oh.
Like just clickety clacking back and forth. Like, oh my God, this is terrible.
That's funny.
This is horrible. So I don't know who edited that. I don't know who did the sound, but you missed a spot. But yeah, it was just all right. So.
Okay. Hey, kudos for checking it out. I mean, we did talk about the lack of, New Year's Eve horror movies, so there is one. I've never heard of it till you brought it up, so I'm glad somebody bit the bullet and took one from the team. Thank you.
Had to do it.
Appreciate it. I came across a random movie on a website, and it actually has some stars in it. So have you ever heard of Marrowbone? I think it's a German film, but I could be wrong.
Don't think so.
Okay, so I watched a trailer. Trailer didn't really hook me, but I really like the premise. It says that a young man, along with his 3 younger siblings, they've been keeping the secret of the death of their mother away from everyone so they wouldn't be split up. And apparently, as they remain together in this house and trying to keep the secret, there's some kind of like presence or something that keeps like messing with them. So it might be a ghost story or something. But okay, so Anya Taylor-Joy is in it, and Charlie Heaton, who's currently on Stranger Things right now.
Yeah, aren't they both in New Mutants?
Yes, and they're both in New Mutants together.
So weird.
Mia Goth, who was in Cure for Wellness. I know you haven't seen that, but
I saw that.
She's the woman in the movie.
I saw that movie.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the trailer it looked all right. I do like the premise, and it is something that just came out this year. So just trying to sneak in another like 2017 horror movie in there for you. Yeah, this looks cool. It reminds me a little bit of 1922, the Stephen King
I haven't seen that yet.
Netflix original. Oh yeah, I've seen it. So it's kind of the same thing. But yeah, this was cool, and it's got some up and comers in it. So I thought I'd bring it to your attention.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't know exactly what platforms it's on. I'm sure it's on Prime, but yeah, I don't think it's on like Netflix or anything.
Okay. No,
But,
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, it looks good.
Nice. So how are we gonna do this?
Okay, so I can pull up the list of
Okay.
the survey, and then we can just go from there.
Okay.
Okay, so on our social media, I posted a survey that bloodydisgusting.com put together for their top horror stuff of 2017 in different categories.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like an award thing. They wanted people to take the survey, and then they'll give the counter of what everybody thought. And I thought what we can do is sort of go through the list and then just, let the conversation flow. Whatever happens, happens. But, I mean, it's a good opportunity to highlight some of the great horror movies and people and character and things that have come out this year. So, should we start with the big one or just kind of work our way up to, like, best horror movie ever?
Which one do they start with?
Well, they start with that.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, we could do that first and just, like, go in order or...
If you don't want to start with that one, we can just come back to it.
Okay. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with best scare. So for those who are listening, I'm just going to go through this list once. Listen carefully. And we'll just give our choices. Now, these choices are obviously picked on the simple fact is if we've seen them or not. We have not seen every single horror movie this year. So clearly... we will either pick one of the choices given, or if we have one in our head that we want to trump all of these, then we'll say those. All right, so best scare: Alien Covenant, The Backburster is Born, Annabelle Creation, When the Scarecrow Comes to Life, Gerald's Game, when Jessie, our leading actress, mutilates herself to escape, Get Out. This is when Chris is hypnotized into the sunken place. And then they said It, 2017, Pennywise attacks Georgie. What was your pick for best scare? Was it one of the 5, or did you choose your own?
I did choose one of the 5. I chose When the Scarecrow Came to Life because demons scare me. I think that's what I chose.
Okay. That was actually a pretty intense scene, for sure. Yeah, because I didn't know what it was for, what it was going to do, and who it was going to, like, try and get. And I think just the subtlety, the shadows in the dark, and is it moving or not? Like, yeah, that was pretty creepy.
Yeah.
I actually chose Gerald's Game, though. And I think it's because of the cringe worthiness of it. Like, that was when I was turned away the most and, like, moaning and, like, I don't want to see that. So, yeah, I chose that.
Yeah, and I think that something else could have been there instead, because it wasn't a scare. Yeah, it's very cringeworthy. It was probably the most cringeworthy moment of any horror film this year.
Yeah.
That was probably the worst one, but it wasn't a scare to me. Like, a scare would have been that first time she looked in the corner and she saw something.
Whoa.
That is a good scare.
That was pretty trippy. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
I guess within their category, I guess scare is just fear induced, I guess, as opposed to like a jump scare or a jolt or
Yeah.
But no, I totally get it. I kind of questioned it myself, but it's
I mean,
on the list, so
It's good. I
Yeah.
I think they could have used something else from the movie.
okay,
But-
okay. Best final girl. So Daniels from Alien Covenant. I'm assuming it's
The
lead
the
girl.
one that lived.
yeah. Gerald's game once again. Jesse Burlingame. Happy Death Day, Miss Tree.
Oh, fucking
Geld-
Tree.
Geldman. Id Beverly Marsh.
Mm-hmm.
And Split, Casey Cook.
Good choices.
Those are really good choices.
So off top, I went with Carla Gugino. All very good performances, but she owned that fucking movie, and just the performance where it's like she gets to play two different characters almost. So good. I love that. I love when actors have an opportunity to be more than just this one thing. Sort of like in Dollhouse, it's like they would always be something else.
Yeah.
I love that. Or Alias, it's like she's these different people. So she just did such a good job. So good.
Yeah. No, she is very good. And I was actually torn between Jesse and Tree. I chose Tree. I chose Tree. I love her spunk. The woman just really, I wouldn't say carried the movie. She just held it on her own. She was such an interesting character, and she honestly, there was no side. I mean, she had a sidekick ish, but he didn't know what was going on. She really was on her own as well.
Yeah.
She was funny. She was likable. And when the fear came, she was sort of / victim. She obviously wasn't weak. And she was a bitch, and I still liked her. Mm-hmm. So it was just a whole combination of a lot of things. And she is the lover of the gays. I love that moment where she was totally supporting him. And she didn't even care either when she found out. She was like, aw, that's so cute.
It was really nice.
I like that.
And then she got killed.
I know. That was actually my favorite death, actually.
Yeah.
I love that because he just comes charging at her and like drowns her. That was too funny. But yeah, so I chose her as my final girl of this year.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, were there any other final girls?
It's a really good question. Like,
I'm sure
it
there
really
were.
depends because I've seen lately on the good horror movies out there, the women have been villains and the men have been the final, men.
Yeah, and I was even thinking, so it's like, what about, so maybe we should just make a little quick category of the
That's
final
fine.
men, because the first thing that popped in my mind was Rose Armitage, but she was not the final girl. She was evil.
Yeah.
So it's like, Daniel Kaluuya, which I think he's in one of the other categories.
Yes.
But, that's interesting that you say that. The women are the villains.
Well, I mean, again, and this is just coming from the movies that I've only seen. I'm sure there were a lot of others, but like, it involved a lot of kids too. I mean, The Babysitter, Mayhem, Little Evil, which is a horror comedy, but Adam Scott, he was the dad dealing with all that crap, and the mom was just like, oh, the mom, my kid's so funny. But I mean, it was kind of the guy's year, there was Stan versus Evil or whatever that show is, the one with McKinley. I forget, it's the dude from Scrubs, and why can't I remember his name? So he had a show on Stars, Stan versus something, and he had to kill 99 demons in his town or whatever. You've never heard of this?
Stan versus... maybe I have seen a poster.
I can look it up,
but I've never seen it.
Let me look it up really quick. Hold on. It was Stan, because it was kind of like Stan Against Evil. That's what it was called, and it has oh my god, John C. McKinley. Oh my god, why can't I remember that name for the life of me?
Yeah, I am vaguely familiar with the show.
I watched like 2 episodes. It was okay, but yeah, I mean, the guys have been taking center stage, Ash versus Evil Dead and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know, the babysitter, to me, that little boy kind of really held his own
He did. He did a good
against
job.
those groups of, minions or whatever. So I mean, if we had to choose a guy, that would be my pick.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Best villain. All right. So Chucky from Colt. Jigsaw. Kevin Wendell Crumb. So this is McAvoy's character in Split. Negan, Walking Dead. And Pennywise.
Out of that list, I chose Pennywise, I'm sure. Yes. But like I just said, there were some great villains that were not in there. So, I mean, the family from Get Out, I think that they did a really good job throughout that movie.
Well, if you had to pick one, I would choose that god-awful evil son.
He was terrible. He was more like in your face, whereas the others, like fucking Rose and the mom, were like a little more undercover.
Yeah.
Even though it's like you knew the mom was going to be evil, but there was just something sinister about her. Like she really didn't do anything physical.
Yeah.
So she creeped me out. And the moon face guy from Gerald, he's so scary. He's going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
You're real. You're not fake.
God.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I chose Pennywise. I think that him being completely silly, I mean, there are memes everywhere in a comedic value, and he still manages to scare you.
He did such a good job.
And the fact that Skarsgård used his lazy eye as part of his characteristics was fucking genius.
I didn't notice.
Fucking
It's like
genius.
I have to watch it again for the eye.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really notice. But yes.
So genius. I mean, I've never seen him do a role like that, and that just goes to show you people can do what, all they need to do is kind of study the character, figure out what they need to do. He came up with that face. That is not his face. And, I watched him in that interview with O'Brien or what's his name? Conan O'Brien. And he literally manifested the face for us on how he came up with it, and it was so creepy. I'm like, wow, that is not your face. That's so crazy.
It's creepy.
But yeah, I respect Pennywise. He was good, and I can't wait for him to come back. I know.
Yeah, really good.
All right. So let's do this. Best actor in a film. So they mixed this one with men and women.
Right.
Bill Skarsgård, It. Carla Gugino, Gerald's Game, Daniel Kaluuya, Get Out, and then Jessica Roth, Happy Death Day. Now, this is a movie I have not seen yet. Mark Duplass and Creep 2. It is officially on Netflix now.
Yeah,
it just premiered, I think, last Friday. I mean, if we're basing it on Creep 2, okay, but I have seen Creep 1, and he definitely deserves to be on this list. What did you choose?
I chose Daniel Kaluuya.
Really?
I
Okay.
did. I thought of that scene where he's in the chair and the tears are just pouring out of his eyes, and it was like someone had turned on a faucet, but it was like he's
genuine.
So good.
Yeah.
And just all his little mannerisms throughout the movie when he kind of winks. He's I'm good.
You can't ask for that, but you're okay.
I think he did a great job. And I mean, I think that Bill Skarsgård was amazing, but I already gave him the villain, and I already gave Carla Gugino. And I had already decided. I was like, no, I had already picked them, but I didn't know they were going to be on this list.
Yeah,
I mean, on this category.
Yes.
But yes, I was like, no, he did such a good job in that movie. Just torture.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Just desperation
Fair
at the
enough. End. No, fair enough. And just for that reason, I did choose Carla because I hadn't really picked her in the other ones. But the thing is she was a one-woman show. And Gerald's Game is actually one of my top horror films this year. And it was because of her. And for a movie to entice you for 90 minutes through dialogue is fucking skill to me. And I was genuinely scared watching this movie because I pictured myself in her role. She did a lot of shit that I would never like come close to agreeing to do to myself in order to survive. I don't know what that says about me, but like just watching her go through it was enough for me. And her interactions with the dog, like she sold it. Like that was just such a wonderful performance. So got to give it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to TV. There are two categories, actor and show. Let's do actor. So best actor TV. This one, I don't know if you were able to choose any, but Alfonso Herrera, he's the preacher from The Exorcist.
Which I didn't see.
Okay. He's hot.
Oh.
But as far as the acting, I don't remember vaguely the first season. I did not watch second yet, unfortunately. Bruce Campbell, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Are you currently watching that at all?
I am not.
Okay. Yeah, I have not either. But the show is now on Netflix now.
I did see that, yes.
Yes, I did too, yeah. Evan Peters, American Horror Story. Millie Bobby Brown, Stranger Things. And Winona Ryder, Stranger Things. And remember, you could pick somebody off this list if you don't agree with any of these, but did you...
Well, I didn't watch most of those.
I know, yeah.
But I was familiar with all of them. So I chose Winona off of that list because, man...
How'd she do in the second season? Was she better, worse, the same?
No, she was the same.
Okay.
I mean, in that first season, man, she was like just going through it, painting that damn wall, taking an axe to it. I mean, she was
a mom
just,
on on a mission. Yeah.
But she was just as good this time.
Okay.
Millie, she's great. Of course, she's great.
Yeah.
The person that I would mention who is not on the list is what's his name?
Oh, look at you.
I know. I
give praise. Don't even know.
Well, it's Dustin, but I can't. I'm trying to think of his real name.
Okay.
But yeah, so Dustin, he's so good. He is such a good actor.
So I do plan, I have like the next week of more free time. I do plan on just going through Stranger Things. I will have watched it all by 2 more episodes, okay?
Yes,
so,
you need to watch it.
Yes, I will. So I heard the babysitting episode is like the thing to watch. I keep seeing posters and pictures of the two of them together. I don't know why they're put together, but I hear that episode is amazing.
And you should watch, I haven't watched all of them, but after you finish the show, you should check out Beyond Stranger Things.
Yeah. No, I plan to. I definitely.
Because they talk about the making of that, how it came to be.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Okay.
But yeah. Like,
I'll watch it.
Totally goes Mr. Mom.
I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. It's Gaten
Matarazzo.
Yes. Thank you.
I can never remember his first name because it's very...
Yeah. Is
different.
it Gaten or Godden?
Gaten.
Gaten. Okay.
Gaten Matarazzo. He's so good. He's so good. Like... Oh my god. So have you watched any of it?
Just that first episode.
Okay. All right. No, I mean, there's a scene where he has this interaction with his mom.
Okay.
I mean, you saw that first interaction in the first episode. There's just more with his mom.
Okay.
And they are so good together. Oh god.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
no, I will have watched it. I saved it specifically for after New Year's. I have some time, and then I'm just gonna like get through it. So I actually chose somebody off this list. I was actually trying to think outside of the box and see if there was anything or anyone who was better than my pick, and I'm sure there is, but off the top of my head I couldn't think of one, so I was like, fuck it. Evan Peters was really good. And given his roles in previous seasons, he killed it in Cold because it was all about him. He was practically in every episode, and he was the one talking the whole time to a point of annoyance, but he did some shit that I didn't think that he was ready to do yet, and he did it in this one, and every year he just keeps getting better and better, and so I really liked him in Cult, and he played 3 characters this time. He's always playing multiple characters in the show.
He played 3 characters.
Yeah, so he played Charles Manson, Kai, and one other like cult leader.
Interesting.
Who was on the island or whatever, and he made everybody drink the. Okay, anyways,
I haven't seen it.
I forgot. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he
that
plays,
guy, something Jones.
Yes, so he played
Don't
those
drink
3.
the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
All right, and then we'll move on to best TV show. So the list that Bloody Disgusting gave is Ash vs. Evil Dead, The Exorcist, Stranger Things, Twin Peaks, and Walking Dead.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. No explanation needed, of course.
I mean, no. I still want to check out The Mist.
And I'm really mad that The Mist wasn't even on this list.
They should have put The Mist on there instead of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's so mad at me right now.
But yeah, The Mist was actually pretty good. So
Twin Peaks. It's just a very specific taste.
yeah. I actually chose something different from this list and not The Mist. It's in the horror genre, but it is not a scare suspenseful one. I chose Blood Drive. I've been talking about that show quite a bit, and the 13 episode run that they did was just fucking fantastic. So much fun, creative and unique episodes and characters, and they took it back to the Grindhouse days and made it super authentic for its time. And just gave appreciation for those type of films. And I love the death race aspect of it too. And Alan Rickman, fucking God, he was so gorgeous in this movie. And I'm gonna give it up to Homegirl as well. Let me look her up. She is on the CW right now in some army show, but I really loved her in this show. Christina Oka. Do you know who she is?
I know that name.
Okay, so yeah, she's been in stuff. I'm sure you would recognize her. So this is her right there. Here. I really like her, and she was really good. And yeah, Blood Drive was just so much fun. Not the very minute, but the minute it comes out on DVD, I'm buying it. It's just one of those shows. It was on Sci-Fi, and hopefully it ends up on Hulu or Netflix. I think it's a show that everyone should check out. Do you see her anything you recognize?
No, maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, you're thinking of somebody
Christina
else.
Ochoa.
Excuse me.
She's a Spanish actress.
Okay. She was so good in that show. But yeah, gotta give it to her. So yeah, that is my choice for best TV show. The Mist is a close second. I think it's worth watching. So, alrighty, back to films. We'll do best kill. Ooh. Yeah. The Babysitter. Allison's head is blown off with a shotgun. Cult of Chucky. Chucky beheads Claire without even touching her. Happy Death Day. Tree force feeds. Oh, well, this is kind of like okay. Force feeds Lori a cupcake and kicks her out of the window. And
because you're a dumb bitch.
You're a dumb bitch too. Pennywise attacks Georgie. And Jigsaw, Detective Holleran's head is sliced into pieces by a laser trap. Let me just say that was disgusting.
I'm sure it was.
His head literally opened up like an alien pod, like in perfect slices. It was gross.
See, so I watched the video because I hadn't seen most of these, and I almost picked that one.
Okay.
They didn't show it.
Yeah.
They showed and I remember in the preview seeing that, and I was like, well, that's gonna suck. But I almost picked that. Okay. Because that's really gruesome.
Yeah.
That is really gruesome. But I went for the more emotional one, and I picked Georgie.
Okay.
Even though it's like I knew it was coming, man, it got me.
You just don't do that to kids. And he was the sweetest boy. And he knew something was up. He had a chance to get away. And his instincts just kept him there, and... Yeah.
Oh, Georgie.
It sucked. So did you hear about the deleted scene? So it's on the Blu-ray or whatever, but people have been talking about it all week since it came out.
I think I saw it where he walks away.
Yeah, he just grabs the bow. He's like, okay, thanks, bye.
He's like,
oh, I know. Bummer.
Poor Georgie.
I actually didn't choose one off this list. I wish I could be very specific, but again, I'm gonna go back to Mayhem. That movie is sort of like Belko Experiment. It's just a whole bunch of people killing each other in the most gruesome ways ever. And there were some very hardcore death scenes in that movie. People were set on fire, nail guns, you know, like hammer to the head. Like there was just so many different creative kills. And because you have no sense of morality, they pretty much mutilated anyone they came across. It didn't matter. And yeah, if you had seen the movie, you totally agree. They had some kills in that one. So pick any death from Mayhem. That is my choice for 2017. It was just too good.
I feel like a better death from the babysitter than the girl getting her head blown off was, I don't know what his character's name is. I think he's King Bach on Instagram. But when he fell and that thing went through his neck, it almost looked like an image award.
I think it was a trophy. Yes. Oh, that was disgusting.
I was like, oh.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't either.
All. And that just came out of nowhere.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had some good gory scenes in that one, too. I like that one.
That was bad.
Good honorable mention. All right. And here's the final award or category they gave. Best horror film. Their choices were Annabelle, Creation, Gerald's Game, Happy Death Day, It, and for some reason Mother happened to come on this list out of nowhere.
I didn't see that one, so I was like, oh man, do I have time? And I was like, well, no, I can't access it.
I will say that Mother is super intense.
Okay.
It is very unsettling and uncomfortable, so I get it. But the fact that it wasn't throughout this whole survey list is just funny how that one just ends up in best film.
It's like that movie at the Oscars that 12, just gets thrown in there.
12 years, yeah. Let's just give you best picture even though you win for nothing else.
Which one did I choose? This was a hard one too.
Yeah.
It was really hard. And again, it's like I know I'm like the little cheerleader here, but you know they didn't put Get Out on there, and Get Out was excellent.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to think of other things. Like what else was missing this year?
So there are two that I would have put on this list, but technically they came out in 2016 and were released in 2017. That's when I discovered them anyway, or when I believe they were available to be downloaded, and that was Girl with All the Gifts and Train to Busan.
Oh, right.
Those two titles were both 2016 technically, but we didn't get our hands on them until 2017.
Yeah.
Train to Busan would have probably been my choice, but it didn't come out this year. So I chose a different movie, but which one did you?
I think off that list I chose Gerald's Game.
Okay.
I think I did because it was so unexpected.
It was very unexpected.
I just was like, whatever. And I think you were the one who said, yeah, watch it.
Yes.
And I did, and man.
And to be fair, Annabelle Creation
and
fucking scared the shit out of me when I went to that theater. We were actually like, I've never seen you that scared.
I was so terrified.
Annabelle honestly held its own. But Gerald's Game was the shit.
And it was excellent.
Yeah, it was.
We talked for an hour and a half about it. So
this is a good category. I chose Get Out, though. Get Out is honestly all around best horror movie of this year. And not for the obvious reasons. There are many things that get it right in this movie. And I have about 3 more days left to knock this movie out of number 1 of the whole year, not just in horror. This could be the best movie that I've seen this year. Because I have a list going on my original blog, and that nothing has trumped it.
Wow.
And I think Split is number 2.
Split was good too.
I love Split.
Split was good.
But Get Out really surprised me because it came from somebody who I had no idea had this type of imagination.
Yeah.
It was funny and scary. It was modern. It was woke. There was just so many things right about it, and I just love that it created a genre as well.
Yeah,
within the category.
It really did.
So that is my top movie or horror movie of 2017.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have it on the list.
I was really shocked by that too. I'm sure they had their reasons. And here's the thing: if anybody's going by the whole Golden Globe aspect, people are obviously considering this a comedy. But then, why is Happy Death Day in there?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't know.
Like
I don't
Happy
know why they
Death
chose
Day
that.
was a comedy.
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off.
So yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't do that, but nah.
Nah.
So yeah, that was the survey that they presented, and yeah, thank you for participating. I don't know if you did put any thought into this, but is there any category or just like, bam, here's something, it will win for this? You don't have to give me a list, but is there like anything else you want to highlight this year for 2017? Say best newcomer, best director, best whatever, if there's anything.
Well, best director, I would probably definitely give it to Jordan Peele. Because God, it's so good. So good.
Yeah.
Best newcomer. I did enjoy. I don't know the actress's name, and you haven't seen. Well, you saw her in the first episode.
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh, so you're talking about what's her face, the sister,
Oh, you know.
the little sister. Well, we met her.
We met her.
Well, she.
Oh, I thought you meant we met her in person. I was
No,
like, when
no,
did we
no.
meet her, Rob? I don't remember this.
No, they introduced her on the show because
Yeah.
she got out of the car and she had the skateboard, and they were like, "Ooh, who's that?"
Oh, her.
Is that what you're talking about, or you're talking about somebody
Never
else?
mind.
Okay.
No, I don't want to ruin it.
Okay,
But she was good too.
Okay,
No, she was.
But
she
you're
was
talking
really
about
good.
another character.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll just
gotcha.
be quiet though.
Okay.
Don't want to ruin it for you. But
Sorry.
yeah, there were some good additions
Okay.
to Stranger Things this year. Oh, I forgot to mention. So the Shadow Monster, which they show in the first episode,
Okay.
that's a good monster.
Oh, really?
That's a good villain.
Okay.
I enjoy that because you know, like all the people that they had, it's like they're talking, thinking, but this is just like an entity.
Yeah.
And that shit creeps me out, man. It's the same as like that demon from Annabelle. It's like, what does it want? It wants to kill. It's not going to have a conversation with you. It just wants to kill you.
Yeah.
So those things scare me. I'm trying to think. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Samara Weaving. Samara Weaving was the babysitter, but she was also in Mayhem as the lead actress who, along with Steven Yeun, tried to get up top that skyscraper. She's killing it. And non-horror, she was in 3 billboards of Ebbing, Missouri. That
What's that?
it's a drama. It's
Okay.
yeah, that the woman who puts those messages on the 3 billboards. You've never heard of this?
No.
Oh God, it's a great movie. But she had a little cameo in that too, and she's just an amazing actress. I just love watching her. And
Yeah, she was very. I enjoyed her in The Babysitter.
yeah, so yeah, got to give it to her.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to give an MVP award
Ooh.
to Stephen King.
Oh yeah, he had some good shit this year, man.
His material is everywhere. He's been killing it, and he's not even done. I mean, I heard the Dark Tower wasn't really that
Oh,
great.
right. People said they didn't like it, so I haven't
But
seen
I
it
mean,
yet.
he had 2 original Netflix movies. He's got It,
What was the other one?
1922.
Right. Yeah. He's had so many things.
And
so
yeah,
many adaptations.
with It coming out, and then Castle Rock is right around the corner
Mm-hmm.
on Hulu. Like
right.
Stephen King,
That looked really good.
You finally saw a trailer, didn't you?
I saw a trailer. I mean, I thought you sent it to me a while ago.
I probably did. Yeah.
Or-
I don't think we've talked about it.
Oh yeah, didn't you post it on?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I posted.
Yeah, I
it.
watched it. I don't think
Okay.
I turned the sound on.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I never turned the
No,
sound
it's
on.
fine.
But I was like, oh, this looks so good, and look at all these people who are involved.
Exactly. All these King alums are in there, including Skarsgård is in there too, and he's been killing it. everything about his like has just been making it on screen, big and small, and I love that.
Doing a good job.
So thank you, Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to give it up to Blumhouse.
Yes.
Jason Blum. They are the new line for me. Because whenever I saw that logo of New Line Cinemas, I just knew I was in for a treat. And the same with Dimension, did the same thing.
Yeah.
When Dimension was coming up, bam, I knew I was going to get something. Blumhouse now.
Yeah.
Every time I see that logo, I trust you. I know you're going to give me something different. If it's not good, at least it's unique. Great job, Jason Blum. I just love the way you are producing stuff right now. It's pretty good.
I really enjoyed. You weren't there, but now at our place of employment, they had a lot of people there. They had Ava DuVernay, Patty Jenkins, and Jason Blum.
Really?
Was there, and they had all these different panels where people were talking, and
fun.
Just listening to him talk about things and how he was talking about making films on a lower budget, and I love that. You don't need a lot of money to execute a great idea, to execute it well. And I think that they've been doing that pretty consistently with a lot of their horror films.
Amen on that. Mm-hmm. You don't need a big budget.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like you do, but it's like, even then, it's like you see people pay a lot of money. They put a lot of money into a film, and then it doesn't do well.
Yeah. I totally agree.
So it's really good. I mean, because then it's like you get that starting point as a filmmaker, and your movie kills it. It's like, then people are just going to throw money at you, and they're going to want more of your work. They're going to want more of your ideas. So they're, I think, paving a way for young filmmakers and new filmmakers. So it's really good.
No, I totally agree. So anything else you want to add?
Well, since it is setting on 2017 and we're about to go into 2018, I was going to ask you, Rob, do you have any resolutions for the new year?
So here's how I feel about resolutions, and I don't mean to be like so different or whatever, but
we hate different around here.
No, I may have told you this before in a different conversation, but the idea of resolutions is always at my birthday, because that is my new year and not Earth's new year. So anytime I make a resolution or something that I would like to improve or change, it's for my birthday. But given the tradition of New Year's resolutions, if I had to make one, it would... God, I haven't thought about this at all yet. But I mean, it would obviously be... I want to be embedded more in the entertainment industry for 2018 somehow. Even if it's doing the mailroom. I don't care. I just would like to see myself be more involved.
Yeah.
Not necessarily get up to a SAG card or whatever. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I have a lot of research and homework to do because I don't know shit. But I would like to be embedded more into the industry. I'm here. This is why I'm here. And I've been playing it safe, but also trying to get my footing in LA, period. But yeah, I would like to be more in this in this industry. So
very good.
Yeah. So hopefully I can achieve that next year.
I think you can, Rob.
Thank you.
Which reminds me, I need to catch up on my SAG dues. If anybody would like to put money into my what's that thing called? I can't even think of it. Venmo me. I gotta catch up on these dues because I don't want to get kicked out.
Hilarious.
I'm serious.
Give me money.
So serious.
We gotta start giving out prizes
PayPal.
then if we're gonna be asking for money.
I am the prize. Oh yeah, we talked about doing a Patreon.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate that, and we'll see about doing that, and hopefully our name and show will be out there a little bit more. And then if we actually get some people that want to help us out, that'd be great too. But I'm more about the exposure and hopefully get more on a popular level. We've been doing this for fun, and I'm totally fine with that, and I love it. So, but yeah, I mean, why not?
We're still doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing these everywhere. It's like, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
So these are the things that we're working towards. I want to be an actor. I want to do this podcast. I want to have fun and create new things, and I want to touch people and entertain them and make them think outside the box and consider new ideas and possibilities. So, yeah.
I know, and you know what I need to do? I need to write down one of those script ideas I keep telling you about.
Yes.
Because you've been really supportive of those. And again, like every time I tell you when you're like, write it down, goddammit, write it down. I know I need to do that.
I mean, if you remember it, great. But definitely like write it down so you have it there. You can change it. You can add to it.
Well, no, I have them written down as just like literally writing it.
Like writing the whole thing.
Yeah, writing the whole thing. I just need to figure it out. I came up with an idea of how to bring Freddy back.
Oh, God. They don't need a new idea.
Well, that's the thing. If I had to make one and they want to keep making one, I thought of an idea on how they can kick England out and bring somebody else new in a very fresh, new way. And not to erase what England did, but we need to cut the cord. And I thought of a way to do it. It's not super original, but I think it could work if people put there. So maybe I'll try and get that off the ground or something.
Okay.
But yeah. Right. Good question.
Oh, I do what I can.
I haven't really heard anything in like horror news or anything lately. I just do look forward to some stuff that are going to come out next year. Of course, we're going to be handed a ton more sequels and remakes that are out there. And there are a lot that... Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Do you know of any movie right now that came out this year that you haven't seen yet that you want to see still?
Coco?
Well, go
no, I
see
really
Coco.
do want to see that. I do. This isn't a horror film, but I do want to see The Shape of Water.
Okay.
It just looks beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to that. And so I might go see that this weekend.
It is. Yeah. I mean, literally from the opening credits, it's just the imagery is amazing. So
love Guillermo del Toro. Love Doug Jones, and the creature looks
Richard
really
Jenkins
fantastic.
is in it too.
Who's Richard Jenkins?
Is that his name? Richard Jenkins. He was one of the operators in Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, the other.
So not the DILF, the other one.
The DILF.
He's fucking hot, man. I'm sorry. He looks so
good. He does look good with white hair.
He just looks so good.
No, yeah. So the other guy, and Octavia.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
But
Jenkins got nominated, and he plays a wonderful character in Shape of Water.
Excellent.
So yeah, definitely go see that. I can't think of too many. I mean, I pretty much saw everything that I really wanted to see as far as horror.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to see Leatherface just to see what they were trying to do with it. I heard they made it into a mystery because apparently there are 3 kids and they are trying to stretch out which of the 3 kids actually turn into him. So the movie is kind of filmed and executed differently. I don't know if it paid off, but a lot of people are not really liking it. But yeah, apparently it was a mystery as to which kid was the one who actually turned. So yeah, so I would say Leatherface would be one that I haven't seen that I wanted to. There are some other ones, but they came out in different years.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some that I'm still told I need to see the movie Inside. They're remaking that into a more updated version. Inside had to deal with like a woman who was pregnant, and this woman comes and tries to like steal the baby. I heard it was just gory as fuck and really good. So yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't talk about the other ones. I mean, I know we're talking about movies, but the video games and the comic books. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, I'm familiar with some of this. This is amazing. I haven't played any of the video games.
Okay,
but,
well, I do have one that I can talk about today, but go ahead.
but I did think it was very cool how the whole Friday the 13th came together. It was something the fans wanted, and they made it happen. So I think that was just really cool.
I really want to play that. Yeah, I hear it's good.
It looks so violent.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I hear it's really good. I do want to see that.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like I should have called Omari.
I know. Well, I don't think I asked him recently. He hasn't really been playing too much either. But I mean, as far as the horror genre goes, I don't know what he's been playing. But I told you I recently did VR.
Yeah.
So the Resident Evil game that they have on there.
Yeah, that looked crazy.
It's messed up. I mean, it's practically walking through the Chainsaw Massacre home and dealing with that inbred like cannibalistic family. I had to deal with 3 family members, encountered the dad the most, and these people are just unstoppable. First person view, it's fucked up. It's so scary. They just did a really good job with this VR thing.
Okay.
So that is a really good highlight of 2017 is Resident Evil VR. Pretty good. Yeah.
And for the comic books, there was one. I mean, they obviously didn't mention this, but I mentioned it on the show earlier. I just think it's so cool. Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. I just think it's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
But on that list, they mentioned Penny Dreadful.
Okay.
And that looked like really nice. What is it called? Illustrations.
Is it based on the show?
I think the show is based on
the book.
the books,
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So looked good. Hack Slash. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, Hack Slash. I really loved that story.
Hack slash. Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, I really enjoy that. So there's a lot of different things that you can get your hands on.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's good to check out something besides a movie, because there's plenty of movies you can watch, but there's not a whole lot that people feel like they can read or play. So,
what kind of horror movie would you like to see more of in 2018?
Definitely just things that are unexpected. So, like you said, Get Out created a whole new genre within a genre. And I think when you are dealing with ideas and you're weaving them into a story, because a lot of people will say like, oh, this is very Stepford Wives. It's like, yes, it's similar to that idea, but then there's so much more going on. So I think when you can take an idea that already has been used, but you reframe it to reflect society or anything that's real, it's scary.
Okay.
So that's what I'd like to see.
Very good. I would like to see more like human behavior and conditions being studied through horror films. Just the idea of like, you know, like the ideas of the Purge or Belko experiment, things that take you out of your, you know, non-chaotic element and just giving you that sort of idea, like what happens when this happens, you know, and can you stick together? Are you know, I love that human behavior study, and I would love to see more horror movies sort of touch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
And I would like to see more naked men.
Yes. We need to see more nudity on the male persuasion in horror movies.
Honorable mention, Jesse Smollett from Alien Covenant. So worth it. Had to wait that whole damn movie. That movie's long as fuck.
I love the fact that he agreed to that. I can't
too.
believe he agreed to that. I'm not going to say 2 words or have character development, but I'm going to show my ass at the end of this movie.
He had lots of character development.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He was like into his wife a lot. That's what his character was. He was doing nothing but on her the whole damn time. I was like, get off the tee and do your own role. I don't know what he was there for, but yeah. He showed his ass, and I'm very happy about that. So good for him.
Yes.
So I actually have a bitch really, but if you have one, okay. So this, she didn't know this was going to happen, but I'm bringing up Jesse Burlingame from Gerald's game. She didn't know this was going to happen, so it's not completely her fault. I just don't get the thought process. Now, her character grew. She was obviously being very controlled and manipulated by her husband. So she didn't really have too much say in the matter on what happened or perspired leading up to being chained to the bed. But when your husband gives you all the signals that you are about to go upstairs and have sex, and I know that you're in the mood and you don't want to break the zone, but bitch, really, did you really have to leave the door open?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Now, again, she didn't know the dog was going to come back or, whatever. The town looked very peaceful. Nothing was going to happen. I don't know how long their sessions usually last. But she left the door wide open. Like, anyone could have gone in there. And when you find out you're about to be handcuffed to a bed, that would be a really good time to tell your man to go downstairs and shut the door. It just really baffled me. And the minute she left that door open, I was like, that dog is coming back. I knew it. And it really freaked me out.
I mean, so many things.
But do you see how easy it was for her not even to be like, wait a minute, husband, let me shut the door. She didn't even want to do that. I mean, ugh.
And that was part of her character too. It's like she's just so used to just doing what she's told, and she has no control over anything. So it's like she's so timid, and she had to grow out of that.
But yeah, that gets bitch really of 2017, leaving a door wide open. I just I just couldn't believe it. But yeah,
fucking moonface.
All right, well, I think that we had a good second half of 2017. Let's hope the year in general, 2018, becomes a lot better, a lot more joyful, happiness, and we have exciting ideas for our show. So hopefully starting from the beginning of the year, we come up with some really good stuff. I think our next holiday is Valentine's Day.
Yeah, unless you want to do something for Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
We'll think about it. But yeah, I think that'll be our next holiday special, and I'm excited for that because there's tons to talk about, and in the name of love. So yeah,
and
but
heartbreak.
Yeah. But of course, new year, new beginnings, fresh starts. We want you guys to be more involved. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias, and anything you guys would like to have us do on our podcast on YouTube, let us know. fearbias@gmail.com. Anything else, Nate?
Don't get crazy.
But don't get crazy.
Yes. Happy New Year to all. Coming out of the dark and into the light.
Stay safe out there.
We'll see you in 2018. Well, we won't see you, but you'll hear us.
Maybe you'll see us.
Dun, dun, dun. Bye, guys, from Bitch I Ain't Scared.